What is up, you guys? Barokoshama here with another workshop video. This one is dedicated to my boy Clank at twitch.tv. His character is Clanksy. What is it? I don't know. I don't know his character. His name's Clank. Anyway, as a disclosure, I have his permission to use his video in this video, so I shouldn't get demonetized for that kind of stuff. If you guys want to participate in the workshops service that I offer, it's completely free, so you don't have to worry about it. I take you into my own hands. You got to make a 3 to 5 minute video, including logs if you want to, on a boss fight or training dummy, with your stats, gear, talents, legendaries, everything that I need to know in order to judge your character, and I'm going to judge it hard. Pretty much going to roast you. Anyway, that's what I need. You guys got to submit it under the actual original workshop video. It's the video where I explain what the workshop is. That's where you guys need to submit it. Don't submit it on here because I will not take care of it here. I won't do it. So you're gonna have to transfer. If you do submit it here, I'm gonna comment on it, say like, hey, go submit on the other video. I'm gonna be putting the link to that video in the description down below. If you guys want to catch me on my live stream at twitch.tv, you can. I'll be putting the link to that in the description down below. You can also check me on my Twitter and Instagram social medias. I'll be putting everything in the description down below. Anyway, sit back, relax, enjoy the video, guys. Recording. I like his chat cover. Unfortunately, I can't really see. Oh, it's in 720p. That's why it's like kind of low res. It looks like he's using kind of like something similar to my UI setup. Ooh, this is really hard to see, guys. Yeah, there we go. That was weird why it was so... Okay. So, looks like he's got 36 crit, 29 haste, 69 mastery, and 7 versatility. He's got an Organic's prowess and... Arcano. Is this you, Racket? Is this you, dude? That's gonna be so funny. No, it's not him. Okay, his stats are different. Alright. It looks like he's also running with a Nod thumb ring from Arcway. Yeah. So he's using the... He has an Arcano, which I'm really jealous about, but... whatever. Gloves and boots. Okay, so he's definitely running with Aftershock. He has 2 stacks of Echo of the Elements, and he has Ice Fury. So he's going with an Ice Fury, Echo, Ellie Blast, Gamble build. This will be interesting. I'm actually pretty excited about this. Okay. Please don't click. Please don't click, for the love of God. Ellie Blast, Flame Shock. Okay, stop. Stop. He's going so fast. But I did catch something. My friend. Fenrix. You shouldn't use both of your Lava Bursts back to back here. I'll tell you why. When you're gambling with Ice Fury and you have 4 set, not just 4 set, 2 set of tier 21, right? The Earth and Rage or Shamanistic, whatever it's called, where our Lava Burst increases the damage of our Frost Shocks, Earthquakes, and Earth Shocks by 20%. You just wasted an entire stack there. I want you to change your opener. Now mentally picture this for me, okay? Your opener should look like this. Pre-pot, Fire Elemental. Pre-cast Elemental Blast. Flame Shock. Lava Burst. Ice Fury. recast Flame Shock. You're going to have 2 stacks of Elemental Focus from that first Lava Burst, okay? You're going to recast Flame Shock after your Ice Fury. You're putting Ice Fury on CD, okay? You're going to cast your second Lava Burst. Then immediately after that Lava Burst, you're going to Frost Shock. This will get rid of your first Earthen Rage stack. And then the travel time of your second Lava Burst won't put it on there until your Frost Shock, your first Frost Shock is gone, and use that stack. So you're not wasting an Earthen Rage stack, okay? So this is advanced play here. This is advanced play, and it's pretty fun. I like this already. So your opener was pretty good, but weave in your Ice Fury instead to take advantage of that first Earthen Rage proc that you get from your Lava Burst. Then you can immediately cast a second Frost Shock after your second Lava Burst. Well, not immediately, actually. You have to wait for the travel. No, you definitely can. Yeah. Okay. So get rid of those 2 stacks of Ice Fury for your Frost Shocks, and then get your Stormkeeper on cooldown. Let's see what you do. Okay, you do get your Stormkeeper on cooldown. I mean, I would have done something different here. Let's see how this plays out. I would have done something different here, but Ice Fury is a very dynamic playstyle, and you really have to adjust to your procs very quickly. You have to make fast decisions for you to be very good at it. So I wouldn't have used my 3 stacks of Lightning Rod so quickly there. I would have tried to fish for Power of the Maelstrom procs after I casted the CD. So you had like a bunch of Lava Bursts that were coming up. And no, you didn't get a Power of the Maelstrom proc, right? But that's not really the point. The point of me saying this is that if you could have done it, you should have. If you could have fished for Power of the Maelstrom procs, you should have done it. So you had other GCDs to use. You could have gotten rid of your Frost Shocks instead. You don't always have to weave Earthen Rage in with Frost Shocks. You don't always have to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna end that statement there though. You did use Earth Shock at max Maelstrom there, which I know with Ice Fury Gamble build, it's kind of hard to do it at lower Maelstroms. But I think it's beneficial for you to Earth Shock earlier here to get rid of that GCD, because you still have time through your other Maelstrom generators to get rid of these Ice Fury procs. Okay? So going back, you're set. Yeah, going back, changing your opener slightly after your first cast of Lava Burst, Ice Fury into a Flame Shock, then Lava Burst again, Frost Shock immediately after, then you can Frost Shock again, so you're getting rid of 2 stacks right off the bat, and then you're not, those 2 stacks are no longer pressuring you, right? Those 2 stacks, they're off your shoulders. So you don't have to worry about getting rid of all your stacks really quickly at the end of your opener. Like, that's not going to happen. So keeping that in mind, that's what you can work on right here in the opener. Stormkeeper, you're putting it on cooldown, which is great, but then you're immediately, yes, you're immediately using those Stormkeeper procs. When you had Maelstrom, to use on your Ice Fury instead. So if you changed your opener to what I mentioned earlier, this is what your situation would have looked like. You would have had Stormkeeper up with full stacks, right? You would have had 2 Ice Fury stacks left, right? You have Lava Burst coming off of cooldown right now. You could have gotten rid of both of those stacks of Ice Fury and then used your Lava Burst to potentially fish for a Power of the Maelstrom proc. But instead, you use all of your Stormkeeper procs, and then you go way overboard with your Maelstrom. In fact, you actually cap your Maelstrom for a split second there, and then you Earthshock. Yes, you're doing 4.3 million damage here, but that's only because of Stormkeeper. I don't even think I saw Power of the Maelstrom on. No. So you don't have Power of the Maelstrom buffing. There's really no reason for you to jump the gun on these Stormkeepers. On these Stormkeeper procs. Not on the procs. On these Stormkeeper buffs. Like, you could have Earthshocked here. You're going to have Maelstrom again to use on your Frost Shocks. Like, you have options here. You just kind of did things in the wrong order, and that's okay. This is a workshop. We're learning here. Ele Blast. Okay. I want to see where you're using Earthshock normally. So you got a Boots proc there. Did you... Did he Earthshock? I can't tell. Because his Maelstrom didn't waver. Oh, he totally Earthshocked. But where did his Maelstrom go? Did he Flame Shock instead? Was that a Flame Shock? That was a Frost Shock. Okay, got it. Wow. I completely forgot there for a second that he was using Frost Shock. So he Frost Shocked, got an Ascendance proc. Where did he just... Okay. No, he did Earthshock at the right moment. I was a little confused there for a second. Earthshock, yes. Back-to-back Earthshock procs. You're going to Ice Fury here. Get rid of one stack because you had an Earth and Rage. Ele Blast. In the future, guys, it will be so much easier for the viewers of your workshop, aka me and other people, to allow us to put an add-on, get an add-on that shows us your casts, because Frost Shocks are very hard to distinguish what you're doing. Like, I can't see your damage breakdown. All I see is yellow letters up here. You have no casts on this side over here. If you guys look at my stream, you guys are always going to see my casts up here. Okay? You're also going to see damage over here. The spell that is damaging the target, right? You're going to see that. It's very important in a workshop to have these available to you, because just yellow letters and staring at your bar and Maelstrom the entire time is really hard to distinguish. I'm relying on my class knowledge in order to really dive in here, but for the purposes of other people learning from your workshop, it's extremely hard for them to follow. So, going forward, guys, if you're going to submit a workshop, and I'm going to post this on my regular video as well, get add-ons that allow us to see your casts and your damage abilities, please. Okay. He did Earthshock at a good value there. That's good. But his... I don't like how he decided to use Lava Burst here instead of Elemental Blast. So Elemental Blast was right off of cooldown when he started using this Lava Burst. Elemental Blast buffs everything else that you do. So it's extremely important to always keep it on cooldown. Extremely important. Always keep it on cooldown. So if you used Elemental Blast here, here's what would have happened. Okay? You use Elemental Blast here. Okay? You don't have any Earth and Rage procs. Let me show you what would have happened here. You're getting 1 Earth and Rage proc from Lava Burst, okay? And then you Lava Burst again, you waste this Earth and Rage proc that you have. You have Ice Fury off cooldown. You have Ice Fury off cooldown here. This is a huge waste of damage, I find, what you're doing. Elemental Blast is off cooldown. You have an Earth and Rage stack. What you should have done here is Elemental Blast into an Ice Fury, okay? And then cast Lava Burst. Immediately after that Lava Burst, Frost Shock. The second Lava Burst is going to hit the target. After that, Frost Shock goes. And then you're going to get another Earth and Rage stack. Then you're going to Frost Shock again. So you didn't waste Earth and Rage stacks. You put your big cooldowns on CD. And you're not wasting damage. This, I think, was a pretty decent mistake. Especially with the playstyle of how preemptive and proactive you have to be with your procs. With your 2-set, right? With your cooldowns. You have to play Ice Fury perfectly in order to, like, do ridiculous damage. So your Stormkeeper as well, I think, would have been used after the Ice Fury. Yeah, like... See, you also had, like, you used Stormkeeper for that Ice Fury. If you did all this, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Thinking 10 and 20 steps ahead, right? In this situation, that last Lava Burst on the Stormkeeper, I'm trying to find it. Where's the Stormkeeper? That last Lava Burst could have been used towards your Stormkeeper. That Lava Burst could have been a Power of the Maelstrom proc. You could have had way more damage from your Stormkeeper. You could have had way more damage from your Frost Shocks too. And then everything would have been on cooldown at the precise moment of when it's supposed to be. It's like, it's stuff like this that actually needs to... That when you're practicing Ice Fury, these are the things that you need to think about. It's not just putting stuff on cooldown, building Maelstrom, spending Maelstrom on Frost Shocks and Earth Shocks, and always doing that. It's like weaving in certain spells to boost the damage of others, right? Thinking 10, 20 steps ahead before, like I said, so you don't screw yourself over in the future. Okay. You interrupted your cast there. Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst, interrupts your cast, and then Ice Fury. You wouldn't have interrupted your cast there if you actually knew exactly what was going on here. And I say, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to help you out. So you have Lava Burst here. You interrupt your cast of Ice for your Ice Fury. And then you Elemental Blast. What I think... Okay. Let's go back just a little bit more. Lightning Bolts. Okay, this is where we're gonna talk about this. I think that you should have Ice Furied here for sure. Okay. But then not immediately Frost Shock afterwards. Because at the end of your cast of Frost Shock or Ice Fury, you have Elemental Blast coming up. Now, Elemental Blast, like we talked about before, buffs everything else that you do. If you Elemental Blast here, and then follow that up by your second stack of Lava Burst, with an immediate Frost Shock afterwards, you're getting rid of this Earth and Rage proc. You're buffing everything, all 5 of your casts. In this sequence, you're buffing everything with Elemental Blast. So extra haste, faster cast on your Lava Burst, extra crit, more chances for your Frost Shock to crit, extra mastery, more chances for your Lava Burst to overload, right? So just in this situation, I would have waited that split second for the Elemental Blast. And then follow that up with an Lava Burst, Frost Shock, then another Frost Shock. You're down 2 stacks of Ice Fury. You don't need to worry about it. And you're actually not capping your Maelstrom. At the same time, you're not capping your Maelstrom. So, Ice Fury here, you used it at 83 Maelstrom. Elemental Blast. Ah, jeez. Clank, is this your video? Man, Clank, I got a lot to talk to you about. I'm not going to go backwards, though. You're going to have to check the video out on YouTube, man. But this... Ice Fury is hard. Ice Fury is not an easy style of play, okay? So I commend you for trying it out, man. I commend you for really trying to grasp everything that is Ice Fury, but you got some stuff to work on. And that's the point of the workshop, is learning, right? Is learning what you can do to improve your gameplay. I said I wasn't going to go backwards. Damn it, computer. Okay. In that moment that we were talking about, where you capture your Maelstrom, that could have been avoided by using Earth Shock at an earlier date. So, like, Fresh 110 Shaman here. What would you recommend first to pick up easier, Enhance or Ellie? Enhance. Enhance is by far easier to play than Ellie. Especially if you have no legendaries, no gear. Yeah. If you're just doing dungeons, then Elemental. If you're doing, like, raids and stuff, I think this is where it is. Yeah, right here. Okay. This is where I need to talk to you about. So we have your Ice Fury coming up. Right? You interrupt your cast of Lava Burst, which you shouldn't have done. You have 83... Sorry. You have 83 Maelstrom here. Earth Shock, damn it. You have so much coming up here. You have so much coming up here. Use this Earth and Rage to Earth Shock instead. Because this is kind of ridiculous. You're setting yourself up here for disaster. I'm going to read chat in just a moment. I really just want to emphasize what Clank is doing wrong here. So, your Ice Fury, you should have Earth Shocked here. You had a Power of the Maelstrom. You should have Earth Shocked here. You just capped yourself. Right? You just capped yourself. You have a stack of Lava Burst. You have Elemental Blast on cooldown. And you used your Earth and Rage on a Frost Shock instead. So again, what you should have done here is you should have earth shocked after this lightning bolt. Then, yeah, you should have earth shocked after that lightning bolt. Okay, give me 1 sec. Boom, earth shock right there. Get rid of that. Lava burst again. Okay. No, you shouldn't have interrupted that cast, actually. This is like going all the way back now. Earth shock there. Lava burst was fine. You did have Ice Fury coming up. Like, you did have Ice Fury up. But I think I still would have Lava bursted there instead. Because you still had 3 seconds left on your Elemental Blast. After that Lava burst, I would have used the Elemental Blast, then the Ice Fury, and then a Frost Shock. You wouldn't have been capped on Maelstrom. Like, you would have been in a lot better position here. Hey bro, I don't know if you saw my tweet to you earlier, but I currently have a 110 balance druid that I love with all the forms, but I also want to level up my level 15 Draenei Elemental Shaman. Should I level up the Shaman or keep up with the balance druid? Go Ellie Bird. So much fun. So, shelf my druid for the time being. Don't shelf your druid. Play your druid as a main right now, and then play your Shaman as your alt. And once you bring your Shaman up to speed, okay, switch mains. You don't want to gate yourself to content, right? You're going to be leveling for the next little bit. If you want to spend a lot of your time leveling your Shaman, that's fine. Still get stuff done on your druid though. Still get your weeklies done, so like your raids, your emissary caches. Still get like all the legendaries that you can try and get on your druid if you don't have them all, that are actually going to be useful. Try and put AP into there. Maybe make some gold as well. Like, prepare your druid to boost your Shaman, pretty much. Does that make sense? Okay, back to the video. Guild needed an alliance raid leader, so I'm gearing up and gonna raid with whatever spec. I'll have a Lego soon from main. Okay, cool. Yeah, Half-Blood games, I would go with enhanced to start out, and then yeah, and then like maybe switch to Ellie later on if you like the playstyle. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Clank, what you're doing here is pretty crazy too. Pretty messed up. So. You dropped an Ice Fury stack. You dropped an Ice Fury stack, which was pretty crazy. And you refreshed your Flame Shock before it hit 9 seconds. You're not Earth Shocking at this Maelstrom level either, which is pretty triggering. You have huge potential to gain Maelstrom just through Power of the Maelstrom and Lava Burst stacks. And you decide to like cap yourself on Maelstrom and then Flame Shock without taking advantage of Pandemic. So you screwed yourself over with the Flame Shock. And then you Earth Shock at like 108 Maelstrom, 119. I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy. And you're rocking a 2 stack of Lava Burst with a lava surge on top of it. You know what that means, right? You just wasted recharge time on your lava burst. So you should have earth shocked way sooner. Don't even worry about this flame shock because you still have 16 seconds left on it. Should have earth shocked way sooner, gotten rid of your lava burst procs or your lava burst stacks, and then build up your maelstrom again with power of the maelstrom. You're capping maelstrom here way too much. Stormkeeper. I usually try to use the power of the maelstrom stacks with a Stormkeeper. I mean, like, even in that moment, like, if you have, where is your Stormkeeper? Where is it? It's over here. Let's see. You have 6 seconds in this moment. You have 6 seconds left on Stormkeeper. That's fine. Okay, that's enough time for you to finish this Elemental Blast cast. Earth Shock. Get rid of your Lava Burst. My phone's going off. Okay. That's enough time for you to Earth Shock, Elemental Blast, get rid of your Lava Burst. Okay. And then you have 3 seconds left on your Stormkeeper. You wasted... You're contradicting yourself because you usually try to use Power of the Maelstrom stacks with Stormkeeper, but you used one without, and you were already at high Maelstrom. I see it right here. You're at 91 Maelstrom, and you're using a Lightning Bolt. You should have Earth Shocked. You have Stormkeeper up in 4 seconds. Plan for the future, man. Like, that's a huge contradictive statement. You're trying to save Power of the Maelstrom for Stormkeeper, which is smart. You saved 2 stacks, but you could have saved all 3. I'm saying in this situation, after this Elemental Blast, you needed to Earth Shock. You have Lava Burst. Instead, you Lightning Bolt, and then Lava Burst, and then Flame Shock on a target that has 14 seconds left on it. Pandemic, man. What happened to Pandemic? You could have avoided this entire situation, had 3 stacks of Power of the Maelstrom for your Stormkeeper. If at all, shit hits the fan. Which sometimes it does, okay? I'm going to give you a situation. If you have Power of the Maelstrom stacks, right? And you're waiting for your Stormkeeper. Chain Lightning. 1 cast of Chain Lightning. 1 cast of Chain Lightning. I know I'm doing multiple right now. But in this specific situation, even if your cooldowns didn't line up with your casts, if you had to wait an extra second or 2 seconds for that Stormkeeper, always be casting. Remember, WoW ABCs. Always be casting. Put a Chain Lightning in there. That way you're not doing nothing, right? And you're not getting rid of your Power of the Maelstrom stacks for that Stormkeeper. Does that make sense, Clank? I'm not saying spam the crap out of Chain Lightning, because that's just a waste of DPS. If you have to cast more than 1 Chain Lightning to wait for your Stormkeeper, you should have just casted a Lightning Bolt. But in this situation, I think it would have been very very close to not even casting that first Chain Lightning. That makes sense? And Clank, in the future, if you're going to submit workshops, I said this earlier, but give me a damn add-on that allows me to see your casts. Because your cast bar is not good enough. Your cast bar is not good enough. You should have something like this, where I can see your casts, as well as the damage on the side of your screen, or something. I want to see your casts. Because Frost Shocks are instant cast, I don't see a cast bar, and I just see yellow text. If someone's gonna submit something with an Ice Fury Gamble build, it is very important that I see the casts and the GCDs and everything. Yeah, you Frost Shock here. I can see it because your character's doing the movement, but all I see is yellow text. I have no other indication other than you casted a spell because all of your spells went on GCD. Does that make sense? Right here. Look. You have 1 stack of Power of the Maelstrom left. You're at 83 Maelstrom. You should have Earth Shocked. You have Earth and Rage. You have Earth and Rage. Right here. This is crucial. Stop capping your Maelstrom. Stop doing it, Clank. Promise me you're gonna stop or you're gonna work on capping your Maelstrom. Please promise me that. This is a big waste of damage. You have so much here. Like, in this moment right here, you have so much potential to bring out a lot of damage. You still have 1 stack of Power of the Maelstrom left. Okay, so you're going to be gaining Maelstrom back super quick. Alright, you have Lava Burst coming off cooldown. And then you use that damn Lightning Bolt, and it caps you. And then you get a Boots proc from your Earth Shock. You just wasted 38 Maelstrom. You got a Boots proc at max Maelstrom on your first Earth Shock at max Maelstrom. That is so triggering, dude. That is so triggering. Look what you did. I'm gonna play this over for you again. Stormkeeper, Ellie Blast, Lava Burst, 2, 3. Then you Earth Shock, you get a Boots proc. And you just wasted so much Maelstrom. Oh, oh. Come on, Clank, you're better than that. Okay, this is good. Come on, bruh. Seriously. Did you just Flame Shock? Okay, no, you Flame Shocked at the right moment because it was less than 9 seconds. That's fine. Okay, Clank. There's some stuff that you do need to work on here. I went over some stuff with you. Rewatch this video. Rewatch your own video. Okay? Make sure that you understand what you're doing wrong so that you can fix it. Clank, thank you for participating in the workshop. I hope you learn a lot from this, especially with Ice Fury. Ice Fury is an extremely hard playstyle. It's not easy. It's all about min-maxing. It's fun, but it's not easy. I can definitely tell you. All right. I'm going to finish this workshop here. If you guys have any questions, definitely post them in the comment section down below. I'm talking to YouTube right now, obviously, even though we're live on Twitch. You were a great sport, Clank. Northern Pike, I just did yours as well. You got a lot to work on. You got a lot to work on, friend. Okay. Anyway. Oh! What was that? Someone just host me? Someone subscribe? Streamlabs, I didn't have you open. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Oh, that must have been on YouTube. That was a sub on YouTube. Okay. All right. Guys, I gotta end this workshop. Again, thank you so much for watching this workshop. All right. Clank, you're a good sport, man. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter/Instagram, you can. I'll be putting the links in the description down below. You can also catch me on my live streams where this is happening. I'm doing the workshops on the live streams, you know. You gotta come here. You gotta submit your workshop so you can get roasted and increase your gameplay. My name is Barokoshama. This has been Workshop. Peace.